get high.
Hello, cadets. Welcome to the Big Monster Briefing Room. I'm General Lemuel T. Howitzer, retired of the Big Monster Briefing Room, and we do monster movies. That's what we do. We review monster movies, which we call training films. And a lot of people ask us, why don't you do like slasher films? Well, that's not a monster. I mean, yeah, okay, technically you would say, oh, that person is a monster, but it's just too easy to pick up a chainsaw or a hatchet or something and kill people. So we're focusing on monsters, real monsters. So and we've got a classic for you this show, in color for the first time, House of Dracula. But first, let me bring up my able-bodied assistant, Sergeant Major Havoc.
Report to duty, sir.
There it is.
Yes, sir.
That's interesting lighting you got going on there. And ironically, you look kind of like the Dr. Edelman, who's in this film. And they use like the underlighting to make him look evil. We'll see that in the timeline in the photos.
I was thinking about Edelman, and not to get ahead here, but I guess they didn't have the rights to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, because that's what he reminded me of when he went
it is
rogue,
a Jekyll and Hyde kind of thing.
Yeah, but
they said, no, it's House of Dracula, so they had to vampire it. They had to do a kind of vampire. So
yep.
But yes, they were going for the Jekyll and Hyde kind of thing. Again, he's a highly respected, very intelligent doctor. He's coming up with procedures that can cure werewolfism. I think that's the appropriate term.
I think
he cured vampirism.
Vampirism, yeah, lycanthropy.
Now, lycanthropy is just a guy who thinks he's a wolf. Okay, they use that in the script, but but the actual malady that you have, the curse that you get, is werewolfism, right? Because it's vampirism, right? Vampirism.
Right.
So it's got to be werewolfism. That's my guess. So Carradine comes back. John Carradine comes back as Dracula in this. As far as nasty Draculas, like really mean Draculas, Carradine's up there. I mean, I don't know. There's a movie, a cowboy movie, like Jesse James meets Dracula or something like, or maybe Dracula versus Billy the Kid. Maybe that's it. He's real nasty in that one.
Yeah.
And in this one, oh my God. Yeah. I mean, he puts some of his blood into this doctor and completely ruins this doctor's life.
Yeah.
So he's pretty nasty. Lon Chaney Jr., of course, comes back as the Wolfman. Glenn Strange, this is his second take on the Frankenstein monster, and he does well. I mean, he does his own thing. Very quiet.
Yep.
Some of his reactions that he does are really funny looking. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Again, we're seeing a little Herman Munster influence there.
A little bit. Yeah.
Also, Martha O'Driscoll. Oh man, what a leading lady. I noticed this. Universal, when they make these pictures, they try to put one blonde in, major actress, and one brunette, so you get a little of both.
No, that's right.
So, and Nina is played by Jane Addams. Nina is the hunchback. And they decided to go with a female hunchback this time. She's the doctor's assistant.
Mm-hmm.
Lionel Atwill, I believe this is Lionel Atwill's final turn in the Universal Pictures, if I'm correct. I hope I'm correct. I don't think he's in any of the Abbott and Costello. He's not in any of the Abbott and Costello films, which came after. And this was really the last of the Universal Monsters pictures, that didn't do comedy. That took it straight up. Monster Mash. No, I should take that back because of the Creature of the Black Lagoon in the 50s. But this is the Frankenstein Dracula Wolfman thing. It's done. So, but yeah, Leech Woman. All those women that they did in the late 60s, Leech Woman, Wasp Woman, whatever the hell.
There was a snake woman too, she was a cobra or something.
Yeah, Queen of the Cobras or something like that. Anyway, Onslow Stevens. Again, I don't think he's ever done another Universal picture, monster picture. He plays Dr. Franz Edelman in this. And we get the two brothers, Siegfried and I call them Siegfried and Roy. But it's Siegfried and Steinmuhl. Steinmuhl is played by Skelton Nags. How's that for a name? Knaggs. Skelton Nags. And when we get into the timeline, we're going to talk about him and his look. He has a very peculiar look.
Yeah.
He was only in a handful of movies, and he played these really bizarre, wild characters. And in this one, oh man, he is something. So we'll talk about him, and of course, again, Glenn Strange as the monster. So let's go ahead and get into our timeline in full color.
All right.
Oh, by the way, elephant in the room. Hazard is not back from assignment yet. She's out there somewhere on secret assignment. And I know you guys miss her. We miss her. Hope she comes back soon, or sends a message. Somehow. Would be nice to hear from her. Universal Pictures. This is the one they used in the mid 40s. House of Dracula. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that there was a fan movie made, I believe it was in the late 90s, called House of Wolfman. And we'll end up doing it on the show someday. And it was done with actually Lon Chaney Jr.'s, I can't remember if it's his son or his grandson, but he played the Wolfman in it. And actually, it's really good. It's probably his grandson. And the makeup in the movie was really good. I mean, the monsters. And there was a really good fight between Frankenstein and the Wolfman. There was a great, he was actually a wardrobe guy for movies, played Dracula. And he looked really good in it. Although he's in it very short because he passed away, I think, during the filming of it. And then it's all young actors playing these characters in the film. But I digress. Let's get started with House of Dracula. The follow-up to House of Frankenstein, the monster mashups. Here we see Dr. Edelman's house on the coast over the water. Very impressive. And we see the bat in the window. And we know who that is. Again, Chaney Jr. was a very nasty Dracula. But man, Carradine, very sinister. Very sinister. So we see the shadow of Dracula changing in from the bat into the shadow of Dracula, and he wore, he always wore the top hat when he was introduced. I think the first time you actually see the bat change into Dracula was in Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, when Lugosi changes into himself.
You're right.
Yeah, it was animated. And again, they animated the shadow, which was easy. But animating that, turning into Lugosi with the cape and everything, that was much more difficult. But it looked great. And there is, I have her autograph, by the way, Martha O'Driscoll. I own her autograph. Yeah, an album page that I purchased. Got it for a good deal too. Again, very, very lovely actress. And of course, you're seeing that and how Dracula is coveting her from outside the window. That's kind of creepy. Yeah. Peeping Tom watching her sleep.
Being all stalky.
Talk about a predator.
Yeah.
The ultimate predator. He's the
The
ultimate
ultimate.
predator. All right, so they show him walking up to the door, and he just kind of makes his way into the den there where Dr. Edelman is napping. And there's a cat in there, and the cat just hates vampires. He really, really can't stand vampires. And this was actually kind of used. There's a movie called Let Her In or Let Them In. There's two versions of it. One is the original version from, oh my God, it was like Sweden or Norway or something. And then there's the American version, which had the hit girl from
Chloe Moritz. Yeah.
Yeah, Chloe Moritz from Kick-Ass.
Let the right one in is the American.
Let the right one in. Yeah. And again, it's a vampire movie about a little girl who's a vampire. And
Right. Yep.
she's trying to get a little boy to kind of join her and protect her. Her protector now is getting old. She's had him around for like 60 years. And there's a scene in the original film, the one from like Sweden or God damn, or Norway. I can't remember where it came from, the original.
I think it's Sweden. Yeah, but
yeah, where this woman is bitten by her and somehow gets away. So she's becoming a vampire. And she goes home and she's got a bunch of cats, and the cats attack her. And it's like a really hysterical. You can find the clip online on YouTube and places like that, because it's really kind of a funny. It's not meant to be funny, but there's these cats are just attacking her and biting her, and it's like, oh my God, what is this from? That's what it's from. Anyway, cats don't like vampires. So dogs don't like werewolves. Cats don't like vampires. So we get the Carradine eyes, and the cat scampers off. But of course, that's woken up Dr. Edelman. Hey, who are you?
For somebody who just wakes up, exactly. If somebody who just wakes up from a nap and sees this guy all fancied up with a top hat and everything, he's pretty calm about that. Plus,
I'm waiting to dress for the opera.
Yeah. Now, I guess this is before they came up with the idea that a vampire has to be invited in, because he just walks on in.
Walks in.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody invited him in earlier. We just didn't see that scene. like the gardener. So. Can I come in? You're the gardener, right? Oh, yeah, sure. Go on in.
Come on in, governor.
I think that started with the Hammer films. Oh. I think there were films where, and I don't even think it was the first couple. I mean, I think it was somewhere in the mythos, like in the Kronstein films or something, that someone came up with the idea, hey, you can only invite a vampire in. Vampire can't come in until you invite him. Anyway, so yeah, this throws that out the window, literally. So he introduced himself as Baron Latos. That's his nom de plume when he visits people in these two House of movies. And he says, if you take me down into your basement, I'll show you why I'm here. Which I'm like, do you really want to take a creepy guy who just showed up in your den down into your basement and be alone with him?
Yeah, this professor, he doesn't have no sense of danger. It's like, yeah, okay.
You got no common sense. That's the problem.
No common sense.
You got no common sense.
Got this creepy guy in all dressed up for the opera, and he's talking about vampires and all this other stuff, and he's like, oh, okay, let's
So I can show you why I'm here if we go down to the basement together, just you and I. Okay, let me grab my candelabra. Let's go.
Exactly.
So they get down there, and there's a coffin down there, and it's got the crest of Dracula on it. And he says, okay, well, you've got a coffin, and that's the crest of Dracula, so I guess you're Dracula. Now, most guys would be like, Pete, don't film it out. Get the hell out of there. But I guess Edelman is fearless, and he's intrigued. Because Dracula is saying he wants him to cure him of his vampirism. And that's a challenge to a professor who's, known for curing things that are incurable. Now, no cancer cure yet. But by gosh, I can cure vampirism. I will certainly
can't do anything about my syphilis, but I can cure your vampires.
There it is. I mean, I can give you a shot that kind of stave it off for a while, but I don't know about cure. And camera adds 10 pounds to you, so you have to imagine how thin John Carradine must have been. You know, tall, 6'4", 6'7", tall and really, really thin, and that's probably why he got Dracula in House of Frankenstein. Because again, he was a bit player for Universal. He didn't do a lot. Again, he was in Stagecoach. He had a nice part in that. So westerns, yeah, he did some bigger roles, but it wasn't until this came along that he actually got I don't know, kind of put in the history books, you know, for filmdom, because he played Dracula after, you know, Lon Chaney didn't want to do it anymore. I shouldn't say that. Lon Chaney actually wanted to play all the monsters, but anyway. The studio wanted to somebody, and they didn't want to go back to Lugosi. The only reason they chose Lugosi for Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein was because the director was adamant about it. He said, "I want Lugosi back as Dracula." If it wasn't for that director, I think his name was Beaumont, Lugosi never would have come back as Dracula for that beautiful performance at the end of the Universal heyday.
Well, of course, Lugosi was probably deep in his addiction by that time too.
Well,
or maybe that came later.
He turned the big slap in the face was in the very beginning. They were going to make him the monster in Frankenstein because they just had a huge hit with Dracula, and he turned him down. He's like, hey, "There's no dialogue. That's not a challenge." He didn't realize that, you know, director James Whale was going to be attached to it. You know, and again, there was the potential to create this pathos in the monster without talking. He realized after Karloff pulled it off, oh geez, I made a huge mistake. And of course, I mean, it was a long time before Universal would use him again. It was 1939, you know, with Igor, which of course he knocked it out of the park with. But
he did get a chance to play the monster later on.
And again, because he played Igor, and Igor's brain was put in the monster, he was the next choice to play Frankenstein and Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman. And of course, Chaney's like, "Let me do it. I'll do both of them." And it could have worked because Eddie Parker, the stuntman, and there was another stuntman, Gil Perkins, ended up doing a lot of the monster in that movie. You know, only the close-ups, you know, and a few scenes. There was a few scenes where Lugosi is stomping around as the monster, but the suit was he was like 61 years old, so the suit was too heavy for him, and he actually collapsed on set. And so they're like, "Okay, we're gonna have to get the stuntmen to do the heavy lifting." So after the first half of the film, he was relegated to just doing close-ups, you know, or when he was like strapped down to the table. You know, and even then he's under like a sheet, so you can't see the heavy padding and the heavy stuff and the boots and stuff. And you know, when he breaks free, it's not Gil Perkins, the other one, Eddie Parker, who is also Mr. Hyde in Abbott and Costello Meet Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. That was all Eddie. That was all Eddie Parker. That wasn't Karloff. Karloff was only used for the face change scenes for the monster. Everything else was Eddie Parker. All right, so Edelon has gotten this secret spore plant kind of thing that's like a cure-all to everything, but it doesn't grow quickly. And they don't have a lot of space to grow it in the ideal conditions. He's got a small little like greenhouse kind of thing in his lab. And this is when we meet Nina, his hunchback nurse. And she's adorable, you know, and she's got a heart of gold, you know.
Yeah, she's nice.
She looks like my mom there.
Your mom was a hunchback?
She was she's beautiful woman like that, though.
Sorry.
She was a beautiful woman. She didn't really have a hunchback, the actress.
Yeah.
She's wearing J. Carroll Nash's Hunchback. And you can see it
Yep.
through her nurse's outfit there.
Hand me down, Hunchback. Hand,
And
hand me
he's
down,
saying,
Hunch.
I'm going to use these spore plant things to cure your bone condition that's causing your hunchback. I'll do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
And so, thank you, doctor. But we should take care of real patients first. Me last.
She's a martyr.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we find out her character's again got a heart of gold, and he's a really nice guy. We find out that Edelman is a really nice guy, very trusting though. I mean, he's about to let Dracula into his household to try and cure him, and he's looking at Dracula's blood, and we're seeing a kind of a weird mutation in his blood. And he's like, "Yes, I think I can cure him. We can do blood transfusions to begin with, and I can use my spore plant thing to help cure his blood, cleanse his blood."
Mm-hmm.
Now, Dracula's willing to take on, blood transfusions. Hey, that's food. But his real intention is, okay, let's go back. In the last 3 Dracula movies, Dracula has been trying to get his freak on. Okay? He's trying to get a woman. Again, in Son of Dracula, it was all about him getting married and having a wife. In House of Frankenstein, he's trying to seduce the Burgermeister's daughter. He's going to take her away and use him as part of his harem. And he's after this nurse. And again, who wouldn't be? By God, it's Martha O'Driscoll. The nurse's name, by the way, is Melissa. Melissa Morel. Yeah, Melissa. So, yeah, look at her in that nurse's outfit. There's a fantasy just waiting to happen.
And I got it. You got it. Now, Dracula here, he talks. Apparently, they met somewhere before, and I guess we didn't see that scene. But he knows her, and she knows him. It's like, oh, but
she was
she doesn't know him as Dracula.
He met her at a bar.
Yeah.
He met her at a bar, and she invited him in. Okay, the other name for this movie would be Dr. Edelman's naughty nurse. Okay, because she has a thing about monsters. She's attracted to monsters.
Apparently, yeah.
She's definitely kind of, without him even doing the come on, you're going to be hypnotized, I'm going to make you fall in love with me, without even doing that, she's kind of like, he's a nice tall drink of water,
Right, yeah.
And his look kind of changes from shot to shot in this, which is surprising because Jack Pierce did do the makeup on this. Again, this was the last big monster film I think that Jack Pierce did. After he had been let go by the studio because he took too long to do makeups. And Bud Westmore and his crew came in and they said, look, we can do it a lot cheaper and the actors will be a lot more comfortable. We'll use latex appliances. Sweat doesn't build up in the, in the makeup. And you can use it longer. And we sometimes can even reuse pieces, so it'll save money. And again, Pierce was a perfectionist. He took a long time to put his makeups on. His makeups were very uncomfortable, according to the actors, especially Chaney. Chaney really hated the makeups. So yeah, this is the last one we actually see Jack Pierce's makeups. So Dracula talks to Edelman again, and they've decided, okay, we're going to do a blood transfusion to start out with. And we see if that helps you in any way. And it'll keep you from killing somebody. I don't think they don't say it like that, but I think they imply that this will keep you from hurting somebody and taking their blood and possibly turning them into a vampire. Now, during this meeting, Lawrence Talbot, I want to call him Larry. Lawrence Talbot shows up. He doesn't have to be invited in. And he tells the nurse, I have to see Dr. Edelman. The full moon is going to come out and I'm going to turn into a wolf. Like he can cure him that night.
So she's like, I'm sorry, he's with somebody. He's in with a patient now. I'm sorry. Can I take your name and your number and we'll get back to you?
So he's like, oh, geez, I should have made an appointment. And he goes off to the jail to get locked up. And that's another interesting thing about this movie is we have a werewolf in a jail cell coming. This is coming up. And the police let him out to go with Dr. Edelman when they could have kept him there and proven to the world, hey, we have a werewolf here. Let's videotape this, or let's film it. Anyway, so we go back to the basement where they do the they do the blood transfusion, and it all goes off without a hitch. Sorry. There's going to be a few hunchback jokes. There will be.
Of course.
Edelman. Give me my juicy. I need my juicy. Yes. Edelman doesn't tell anybody that he's Dracula. He calls him Baron Latos. So he doesn't know. They don't know what danger he's putting them in. And later, Nina, I don't think knows about Lawrence Talbot being a werewolf. Melissa knows. She saw him in the prison, and we'll get to that in a minute. So anyway, Baron Latos is on his way out, and he's got to stop and hey babe, because she's showing some interest. You invite me to come back? Yeah, okay. But she goes down and tells Edelman, Dracula's kind of strange, but I'm kind of attracted to him. No, she doesn't say that. But you get a little bit of that just watching her. But she does say there's something strange about him. I'm not sure what it is. And he doesn't tell her. Oh, he's Dracula. Be careful. I think it's a phone call.
Yeah. The only thing he tells them is, well, he can only come at night.
Yes.
And they're like, oh, okay.
That's peculiar, but all right.
They're all very trusting.
They're all very trusting, especially Edelman. With monsters. So he gets a call to the police station. Hey, we got a guy here who says he's a werewolf, and we've locked him up because he's a nut job. Can you come take a look at him? Well, hey, let me pack my bag. I gotta eat a couple of cookies, but I'm on my way because he just gave blood, some cookies and juice. Okay, now, all right. Now, this is the actor I'm talking about, Skelton Nags. And he has a kind of a really weird way he talks. Yeah, I think he's going to kill my brother. So he's a really creepy guy. Now, he looks like somebody, doesn't he? He looks like somebody familiar. And I'm thinking it's the puppet from Magic. The Anthony Hopkins film from the 70s. He looks like the puppet. See? Tell me I'm wrong.
No, yeah, you're right.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Well, you gotta be careful with all the vampires and werewolves around. Abracadabra, I sit on his knee. Presto, changeo, now he's me.
So there he is. He looks just like the puppet from Magic. So, again, trying to give the guy his due, man. He had a great creepy look, and he should have gotten more work. And he unfortunately died when he was like 41, when he was very young. So again, like he replaced. Actually, I'm sure that he was called in to replace another great creepy actor, Dwight Fry, because Dwight Fry died right after Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman. And he was notorious for playing great creepy characters like Renfield and, really creepy villagers and stuff. And of course, Fritz and Frankenstein. So Dwight Fry was infamous for having a kind of a creepy look. And he played a lot of really great creepy characters. So that's who they got Skelton Nags to play. He's the brother of a guy that works for Dr. Edelman. And he's a troublemaker. We make that very clear. So they bring in Edelman to meet Larry Talbot. And Larry Talbot's like, oh, I wanted to see you. You're the doctor that maybe help me. I turned into a wolf at night. You get the usual. And of course, it's a full moon out now. So, and I guess it's like when the coyote goes off the edge of the cliff and he doesn't realize he's going to fall. And when he realizes he's going to fall, he falls. So look how high the moon is in the sky. He should already be a werewolf by now. but he hasn't changed yet. So he looks at the moon and he goes, oh, boom. And now look at her. Look at Melissa as he's changing. So, that's kind of sexy. She likes the hair.
I was watching. It's like she almost looked like she's smiling, kind of like, oh, yeah. You know, most of them, you know, most of the women you see, they're all like start screaming and freaking out. She's like, oh, okay. Well,
she likes the
weird.
big hairy one. She does.
Yeah.
So
there it goes.
There's the transformation. The transformation in the jail cell. Again, in most of these movies, we get at least one transformation going into the Wolfman and one transformation coming out. So we certainly get that in this. Now, the strange thing about this one is that Lon Chaney Jr. now has a little penciled-in mustache like mine. Okay? And it disappears halfway into the transformation. If you look in that transformation again, it disappears and is replaced by just a normal lip about halfway through. And then he becomes the Wolfman. And it comes back when he changes back. So no matter what kind of facial hair you have, you're going to look like that as the Wolfman, and then you're going to look like your normal self with the beard or the mustache or what have you. If you had like a twisty handlebar mustache, then maybe that's a werewolf with a twisty handlebar mustache. Maybe. I don't know. Look like Sam Elliott werewolf. Actually, Sam Elliott's got a mustache going down like a handlebar. All right, so they've got a werewolf in a cage right there. And I love how Lionel Atwill moves in front of the doctor to protect him, like he's going to be able to do anything, you know? All right, watch out, I've got this. Thank you, Lionel Atwill. And again, we get a shot of Melissa. Look at her. She is into that. She wants the big hairy one, man. Look at her.
Wow, that is so hot. Dang.
I am Little Red Riding Hood. And oh my God, I don't care what you look like.
She actually looks like actress Judy Holliday, who was in Born Yesterday. Got an Academy Award for that. Anyway.
Yep.
She looks a little like her. Very attractive lady. So he's like, okay, yeah, we'll take him back to the we'll take him back to my house. Sure, why not? No problem.
And the inspector's like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Take him.
Great. I'm glad I don't have to deal with him anymore. You know, I just keep sitting in a cell. Sorry. Have to keep cleaning up after him. All right. So, yeah, again, it makes no sense at all for them to even go through this mess, but there it is. Actually, I was seeing the next day where she's like, oh, the doctor will see you now. Well, okay. I'll see the doctor, but I don't think he's going to be able to help me. I hope so, but I don't know.
Actually, here she looks a little like, I guess from far away, she like you see a ball.
Yeah, she does have that kind of hair, you know. The back in the 40s, you know, they had in the mid 40s, they had those crazy hairdos, you know. Again, you know, that's the thing. Here she doesn't seem to be as into him as the big hairy one. I think she likes monsters. I think that's what she likes, the bad boys. So Edelman tries to reassure him, hey, you know, I can help you. I think I can fix your problem. You know, you've got like cranial swelling, blah, 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 blah. I think I can shrink that down. Yes, I think with a quick operation, brain operation, we might be able to cure you. And Talbot's like, really? Really? You think you can cure me? But he knows that it's going to be a full moon again tonight. So he's like, well, I can't cure you. You know, it's going to take a couple weeks to grow these spore plant things. You know, it's going to take a little while. Well, I can't wait a little while. I can't go through that again. I kill people. And the nurses are watching. And I guess this is when they kind of sense that he's a lycanthrope, if not an actual werewolf. Nina does, I guess. And he shows him the plants. And again, he says it's going to take time to grow them, though. And Chaney's like, I can't go through that again. I'm going to commit suicide. And he goes out to the edge of the property, and he's going to jump off the cliff into the water. Now, that shouldn't technically kill a werewolf. That's how he buys it at the end of Abbott and Costello Meet the Wolfman. Or I'm sorry, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. Boy, what a great movie that would have been. Abbott and Costello Meet the Wolfman.
Mm-hmm.
Another one. But anyway, so he jumps off the cliff. And again, I think there should have been more story with Dracula and the Wolfman and Frankenstein after that, but it never happened. Because technically all of those creatures should not have died.
Mm-hmm.
Period. You know, yes, they're technically they're out of the way for now, but none of them. A vampire doesn't die. Well, according to Hammer Films, running water is bad for vampires. But let's face it, in the last two films, John Carradine, and I want you to hold on that slide because that's a real stuntman that Universal Studios, which are notorious for cutting corners and making movies at a very cheap budget. That's a real stuntman going off that cliff.
Mm-hmm.
So the doctor and the nurse are like, wow, that's gotta hurt. That's not a dummy. That's not somebody throwing a dummy over the side of the cliff. That's a real person.
Yeah.
So what I was saying though was that John Carradine came back from the sunlight destroying him and turning him into a skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
And again, how did he get back from Son of Dracula? It makes no sense. But then again, they're like, we just need the monsters. We don't have to explain how they got here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Talbot got shot by the gypsy girl in the last movie, and presumably died.
He didn't shoot him in the heart.
That's right. That's right. So he survived that.
But it was a silver crucifix turned into a bullet.
Right.
So it should have killed him. It should have killed him. But again, he's back. And again,
I got that.
This movie, he's supposedly cured, but he's a werewolf again at the beginning of Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein. So obviously this didn't take. Edelman's procedure failed. It worked for a couple of nights and then back to normal. So in any case, in my fantasy land, in my head for Universal Monsters, I suspect that the gypsy that he bit in the last film is now a werewolf. And they should be together as like a husband and wife werewolf team.
Mm-hmm.
But no, none of that's happened. No, in a perfect world, but none of that's happened. Okay, so they pull out this kind of big harness thing so that the doctor can go down looking for the werewolf. And it's the full moon. They're clearly showing the full moon. And there he is again. This time with his brother, Siegfried.
Siegfried and Steinmore. I don't know what we're doing here tonight, but it's awfully strange. I'm going to work with Anthony Hopkins someday. There
he is.
Yep.
So yeah, they're putting up this rig to get the doctor down to a cave below so he can see if Larry Talbot is still alive. He survived. So there he is going down. Very brave doctor, very brave man.
Yeah.
He doesn't send some lackey down to do it. He goes himself.
That's right.
And he's shining his light around, and the Wolfman, of course, as we know, the Wolfman is there. Mm-hmm. And he attacks the doctor. And I'm guessing, I just have to hazard a guess here. I don't miss her. That it's just before sunrise. Because during this struggle, and again, usually the Wolfman goes for the jugular vein right away. My jugular,
Mm-hmm.
But he changes. He changes back into Larry Talbot. And that's the Jack Pierce Wolfman right there. That's beautiful. Mm-hmm. And again, the mustache is back. I love that. It's like Cesar Romero saying, I'm not shaving my mustache to play the Joker. Paint over it with white makeup.
Yeah.
So, again, the color looks good here.
Oh my God! You tried to kill me. My jugular. Now, technically, if he's bitten or scratched, he's a werewolf. He's going to be a werewolf himself, Dr. Edelman.
Mm-hmm.
But later in the film, Dracula pulls a one up on him, and he becomes kind of a half vampire, I guess. So again, in my fantasy land, in my head, Edelman is now an ever powerful werewolf vampire
Hybrid.
So yeah, he should still be around too. He shouldn't have died
Yeah.
at the end. He just got shot by a regular bullet and burned up.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, he should still be alive. So anyway, Larry's like, I almost killed you. He's like, oh, it's okay, my young man. It's okay. I'm sorry about what I said earlier when you were strangling me. Hey, let's check out this cool cave, shall we? I'm guessing Onslow Stevens was a British actor. He's kind of got a nice, almost not quite British, but almost British accent. That was the case with Patrick Knowles. Patrick Knowles played a lot of characters in these films, including the doctor in Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman, and he was British. Didn't play it up in those films though.
Yeah. Of course, a lot of these older. I was just going to say a lot in these older movies, they use what they call a mid-Atlantic accent. You know, just kind of semi-American, semi-British. You know, you hear
like a Vincent Price accent.
Right.
Sounds
exactly.
like the rules.
Exactly. But well, so Eidelman is just telling him, oh, this cave has the right conditions to grow that plant for the spores and all that stuff.
Correct. So we can grow it faster and cure you faster. Yes. He explains that, but then he's like, wait a minute, what's that? And here's another real stretch, folks. At the end of the previous film, House of Frankenstein, obviously they're in Visaria. Okay. I don't know if they established that at the beginning of the film, but they're in Visaria. Well, how do I know this? Because these guys died. They went down into the swamp in the quicksand in House of Frankenstein. That skeleton is supposed to be Boris Karloff as Professor Niemann. Okay. And of course, the Frankenstein monster is the Frankenstein monster. You know, he doesn't die. So yeah, they check it out and goes, oh, this is the body of Niemann. And I think it was like a one line, oh, the swamp must have drained out, you know, behind my property here. Like a real quick brush off line explaining how this is possible. This place is probably miles away from his place on the coast. But there it is. Somehow, you know, this is where it flowed out into, and that's where we got the Frankenstein monster under my house. How convenient.
Yeah. And how would he know that I mean, he just said, oh, that skeleton must be Professor Niemann, and that's the Frankenstein monster, and the
very
swamp
well
thing. And
informed. He's very well informed. Hey, everybody knows about Dr. Niemann and Viserius. Come on. Small town. People talk.
But so yeah,
again, he's a mad scientist himself. You know, they were part of the same club.
Well, you know, I guess give him a little bit of credit for trying to tie all the movies together. You know, like explain how he turned up. But yeah, it's kind of sketchy.
Yeah, it's real convenient that the monster ended up flowing right there into that spot where they, but they find, and I think they use this set actually in Abbott and Costello Meets Frankenstein as well, because it looks really familiar. They find like a staircase that leads up to the house, but the wall up at the top has been walled off. So it was obviously like a secret passageway to get away, you know, from marauders or what have you of the place. It's a big place, and they boarded it up. So they found a new way to get into the house, and again they can make the spores and stuff down there. It's the perfect temperature and conditions. So they start that and there's Siegfried. At the bottom of the top left shot there. And
Okay, my question is, how'd they get all the Frankenstein equipment? That was fast. Again, maybe some time passed. I don't know. But I guess they went to Dr. Neiman's house and decided, hey, let's raid there and get some of the Frankenstein outfit.
Yeah,
And again, we established in the last film, it was kind of crazy that he had all those machines, Frankenstein's machines, in his place.
Mm-hmm.
They probably ordered from the same Wells Fargo catalog, you know. Monster creating equipment.
Yeah, well, because Eidelman, they've got the plan, so that kind of explains that, you know. But yeah, how to get all this other stuff in there.
Yeah, again, easy to explain that they're setting up the plant thing going on down there. But again, all of the obviously Frankenstein equipment ended up in Niemann's house somehow that they never explained. And it ended up here in Edelman's place. It's like all these scientists decide, you know what? I really need to put some Frankenstein equipment just in case, you know, I might run into the monster.
Or they all shop at the same store, the mad scientists.
Well, and again, and they never explain this. The best scenario, the one that I could accept, is that because he knew about Niemann, he knew of Niemann, and it's in Visaria, that Niemann, and he knows that Niemann revived the Frankenstein monster. He and Siegfried and Roy and whoever went to Niemann's house and confiscated that stuff and brought it to Edelman's place.
Mm-hmm.
For what reason? Are they going to revive the monster? Why? You know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he starts to actually crank up the equipment now, and Nina stops him. He's like, Doc, you can't do that. You're too good of a human being. Don't do that. You put people in danger. Oh, yes, you're right, my dear. As always, you're right. He should fix her back and marry her. She's a good woman.
Well, I think that's kind of what
he fix her back. She's a good woman just the way she is.
Yeah.
So, anyway, Dracula shows up, and I love the colorization program. Makes that back wall there kind of like it's lit in red. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect for Dracula. Yeah. So I use the program Colorize to colorize these pictures, these black and white pictures. And sometimes we get some kind of wonky, crazy stuff going on with it. But a lot of times it does a really good job. Yes, her dress goes from silver to red in these two shots. And a lot of times it will look like red lighting is on the actors.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure why. Maybe there was red lighting at that time on these actors at the time. And again, Carradine looking very distinguished there between the two candles. She's giving him the eye. Saying, oh, yeah, nice to see you again, big boy. And she's playing piano. And she starts to play a song she doesn't recognize because he's kind of hypnotizing her. He's kind of showing her the vampire world, the world of the undead. And she's, I don't know how I'm playing this. I've never learned this piece before. It's scaring me. You know, we're getting that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily, she's got a crucifix. She pulls a cross on him. Something tells her, yeah, I need to pull the cross on him. Something's not right here. And she does that, and he turns away. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry. I just got to protect myself. And before he can get this mojo going on with her, Edelman shows up. And says, mate, are everything here? No, I just came for my transfusion. So, yeah. They go downstairs to, oh, no, I'm sorry. Yes? No? Maybe? No. He just says I stopped by, check on my next transfusion or something like that. I can't remember. But anyway, they showed the nurses downstairs with the plants, and they've been working really hard And I think Dracula's working on her too from down in the basement.
Mhm.
Because she starts to get tired and she can barely stand. And Nina's like, oh, you go upstairs and get some rest. I'll take care of this. Don't worry, baby. And sends her on upstairs. And she almost falls off the staircase. There's no railing there.
Yeah.
And Nina's watching her going, oh, God. Oh, wow. She's going to kill herself. So Nina follows her to make sure she gets up the stairs okay. And Dracula's there, but he's casting no reflection in the mirror.
Mhm.
And Nina's freaking out because she's like, oh my God, he's not casting any reflection. He's a vampire. There it is. Oh my God. So that photo of Nina is famous too, her peeking around that column like that. It's in a lot of horror books and stuff, or it was.
Yeah.
Books. So she goes and tells Edelman. She rats Dracula out. She snitches on him.
Mhm.
Edelman knows he's Dracula. So he's like, what? He's working on my nurse. What? My naughty nurse. So they go to the balcony and look outside. And sure enough, yeah, Dracula's working his mojo. And he's like, I have to stop him. I'll tell him we need to do another transfusion. That's it. And again, because he's kind of rushing this, Dracula's like, wait in your room. And he goes, oh, really? Another transfusion? You can see on Dracula's face he's not buying it.
Mhm.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah. Try to fool Dracula, will you? Okay. All right. Okay. So they go downstairs, and Dracula's hypnotic gaze puts Edelman to sleep. Edelman's been working hard anyway. Not hard to do. So he's out. But it's Nina who's working the blood transfusion controls, if you want to call them that. And so he works on her, and he gets her a conk out. She falls right to the floor. And she, she's got a feeling that he's a vampire. Call it a hunch. Anyway, I told you, I warned you. So Carradine does the crazy eyes better than any other Dracula. Lon Chaney Jr. very close, but Carradine does the vampire eyes really good. So much so that they did close-ups of his eyes, which they would do later with Christopher Lee in the Hammer films. So here's the dirty double-crossing Dracula. He turns the blood backwards so that some of his blood goes into Edelman, turning him into a vampire. Because as we know, to make a vampire, you got to put some vampire blood in the person. If you just bite the person and drain them of blood, and in some movies, that's all it takes to turn them into a vampire. But in most good vampire movies, you have to feed them vampire blood for them to actually become a vampire. So now, Edelman's infected. So Nina wakes up. She wakes him up. Dracula starts to make his final move on Melissa. And it's just before sunup, so he's got to hurry. So she's like, Doctor, sun's almost up. Come on, we got to stop the vampire. He's she's Nina. And a vampire bat comes into the room. Oh, no, I'm wrong. It changes here, doesn't it? All right, so we don't just see the shadow. We see the actual first transformation. Okay, the reason I said that before was because Leonard Maltin said that was the first time. And he's a famous movie guy. Said that the Abbott and Costello was the first time we saw Dracula change from a bat into. But that's not true, because I think we actually saw it in Son of Dracula too, I think. So anyway, I stand corrected. I corrected myself. So he changed into his vampire self with his top hat and everything. I mean, you would think a little bat with a top hat going around. Yeah.
Well, they did that in the Bugs Bunny cartoons, which I thought was hilarious.
I was just about to say, Hocus Pocus, now I'm a bat. You wouldn't hit the bat with glasses on now, would you? I remember the cartoon very well. Me, abracadabra. Hocus Pocus. Newport News. And look at her. Now she's under his spell now. She is. So that, are you horny, baby? So that could be making her kind of that way. So anyway, Edelman runs up to her room, and as he's running, evidently he's making a big commotion because everybody else runs into her room from the other side, and Dracula has to flee. He has to get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Edelman actually pulls up a cross, so that gets him out of there. Yeah, so that gets him out of there.
And Mina, yeah, she runs and goes get Talbot.
She goes
He
to
comes
get Talbot.
busting in.
Yeah, so he busts in from the other side, and he's a werewolf. Vampires don't like werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
So, they smell them. They smell each other. I don't like the werewolves because they try to smell my butt. Children of the night, stop that! Quit smelling my butt. My butt is a dirty butt. It's been in my native soil. So Dracula, I don't know why I'm doing Lugosi's voice. This is Carradine's film, but anyway, he rushes down to the basement where his coffin is. Now, Dracula's fatal mistake. He told Edelman where his coffin was and didn't move it.
Mm-hmm.
If he was a smart vampire, and Dracula's supposed to be very smart, he should have moved it. So the sun's coming up. Edelman pushes the vampire's coffin into the sunlight. Didn't darken the window either. Which is, vampires should do that. They should darken the windows wherever they are, and opens up the coffin, and poof, Dracula turns into a skeleton. Now there is no painful that we get in the later films, and they burst into like green flames and shit. It's just a nice peaceful. I'm in my deathbed. I'm in my coffin anyway. I'm just gonna peacefully turn into a skeleton.
Mm-hmm.
Very peaceful. If I was a vampire, that's how I'd want to die.
Yeah.
Not like Don Rickles in what was that movie where he's in the hospital room and he just turned into a vampire, and they open the shades. Innocent blood. Yeah, we got to do that one on the show. We have to do that one. That's a great movie. Great vampire.
Now Edelman. Yeah, the girl in that, she was La Femme Nikita in that movie. And
the French girl.
The French actress.
The French girl. Yeah, she's cute. She's adorable. Anyway, now we know Dracula's dead because Melissa is no longer in his power. She does one of those sighs, like I'm not in his power anymore. Ooh, it's the furry one. She likes Talbot.
She gives him the look like, oh, it's you.
She does in this scene. Oh, it's you. And of course, Edelman comes out, and Nina's like, "Is it over?" Yeah, yes. We won't be bothered by him anymore. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Famous last words.
Yeah.
Even his hair looks kind of fly here. Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like something's different. Something's not quite right. It's off.
Starting to look like Doc Brown on this one.
I took care of him. He's dead.
Exactly.
So he goes into his study, and the cat immediately, feed me. The cat's angry. That's a mean pussy right there. That's just a nasty pussy right there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking about the nurse. Thank you, folks. We're here all this. Thanks for the drum riff. So he's changing. He's been infected, and he's like, well, that's strange. What's wrong with the cat? That's a perfect look. Also, great acting there. That's a perfect look for, well, that's strange. What's wrong with the cat?
Mm-hmm.
He goes over the mirror. He's got Goldfinger's vest on, by the way. He goes over to the mirror, and he starts to disappear. In the mirror, his reflection starts to disappear. Nice effect.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gone. The whole thing just disappears. And he's like, oh, next time. Oh, that can't be good. Something's not right here. Oh, geez. And we know he's evil now because he's got dark circles under his eyes.
Mm-hmm.
That makes you evil right away.
That's a sure sign of evilness right there.
It's a sure sign of evil. If you got the dark circles around your eyes, that's it. You're done for. And then we go through a little montage, dream kind of thing sequence where he's evil and he's reviving the Frankenstein monster, and his good self is fighting with his bad self. No,
Don't do it. No. Edelman, evil Edelman from the Mirror Mirror.
Yeah, I'll do what I want.
They both have a goatee.
Yeah, but yeah, see this like this whole thing reminds me of Jekyll and Hyde.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely a Jekyll and Hyde-esque kind of feel to it.
Mhm.
So he's become evil Edelman now. And he starts to revive the Frankenstein monster. Because that's what the dream sequence is telling him he should do. And thank you, Daddy, for giving me juice. So shit, everybody should be hearing that, but only Nina evidently hears it, and she's knocking at the door. Doctor, I brought your tea. Shit, it's Nina.
Are you making a monster in there? Come on.
Stop making a monster. I know that's what you're doing. Oh shit, I gotta turn the shit off. So he comes out, and it's like
Either that or you're watching porn.
No, everything's fine. No problems, no worries.
Mhm.
It's back immediately. And she gives him a nice cup of tea, and everything's fine. He's back to normal. Nice cup of hot tea. That'll do you good. I just know you're going to do good things, and you're going to solve people's problems. And he's like, yeah, sure, whatever.
Well, he promises her that he's going to fix her hump.
Yeah. What hump? And she's like, no, I want you to fix Mr. Talbot first. He needs you word. Again, heart of gold.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't realize he's going to strangle her in about 5 minutes. She should have taken him up on that offer. Okay, they do the procedure on Talbot with the plants and everything, and it's supposed to relieve the cranial, whatever he described earlier in the film, which just makes no sense.
Pressure on his brain.
Cranial temporal. I'm sorry. Cranial pressure on the brain. Yes. And he's going to relieve that pressure, and the full moon won't cause him to turn into a werewolf anymore. So, okay, yeah, whatever you said. Cure me. It's Salvador Dali. Tell me I'm wrong. So Talbot's got a big bandage on his head now.
Yeah, but see that again. He keeps saying, "Well, we didn't have to operate. You know, it's a good thing. We just used the plant." Well, he's putting a plaster of Paris on this guy's head, like he operated on him. Like, wait a minute.
I think it's
again,
treated with the plant stuff. The bandage is treated with the plant stuff, and that causes the cranial thing to happen. So he doesn't physically like take the top of his head off or anything. No, he just puts those bandages on his head and says, "Okay, leave that on for 24 hours. We'll see what happens tomorrow night." So yeah, they start early in the morning and they give him till nightfall. So the nurses are all in his room. Yeah, it really looks good on you. The bandage looks good on you. It does. I don't believe you. I turn into a wolf at night. So he goes to the window to try to take his mind off of it. And Edelman is in his study again, and the cat is going crazy again. And he goes to the window and he sees Siegfried. Siegfried. Not Steinmüller. Siegfried. Siegfried's guy is taking a wagon away from the complex. He's just delivered another Frankenstein piece of equipment, I guess. So Edelman runs out there, and Talbot sees him. Talbot's like, "Hey, that's peculiar." He sees him run and jump onto the back of the wagon. And for an old doctor, he's very spry. He's moving around. Yeah, he's moving around with again, I think Onslow Stevens is a young actor. They just made him up to look older.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, probably in his mid-30s, so he's able to do stunts and stuff. Anyway, he jumps on there and goes, "Siegfried, you're kind of a bad boy, aren't you, Siegfried?" I can't remember. He's like, "I don't like people who do that." He always tells people he doesn't like them before he tries to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it when you do that.
This is probably the creepiest scene in this whole movie. Is this part here?
Could have been creepier if he just said, "Can I touch you?" So he strangles him right there on the wagon.
and he jumps off the wagon, and Siegfried falls off the wagon. He's dead, and he runs off. And again, for a guy who's supposed to be probably in his 60s, he's getting around like a vampire. He's getting around with superhuman strength, and he's able to dodge people with incredible. He's got like bat sonar or something.
Yeah.
So there he is on the roof. There he is around the guy. Woo, here I am.
Yeah.
He's
You know what this reminds me, and I forget what the character name is. It's a weird name, but the guy from Nosferatu, from the original Nosferatu.
Oh, I know you're talking about the guy that used to run the
lawyer office or whatever.
yeah, not Renfield's. It's not Renfield. It's another name because they couldn't use Renfield. But they weren't going. I mean, they were ripping off Dracula, but they didn't use the names.
Yeah,
But yeah, he was the head of the title agency or something that sent him.
Right. Yeah. And
Dracula.
that guy was
Warlock.
like him. And he's running around. He's jumping up on roofs. He's hanging off of signs. And he's like,
Yeah.
He's supposed to be like 80 or something, honestly.
Yes. Yeah, he does. It is kind of like that. So he runs home. Again, there's no wagon trip. He just runs home, and the villagers are after him because you gotta have villagers in these films.
Oh,
Angry
yeah.
villagers. So they walk after him. He runs. They walk after him. He jumps over the roof onto the ground. Again, he's got superhuman strength now. He's a part vampire. So he gets back to the place before they show up, and he's like, oh, okay, everything's okay. Yeah, this is the Dr. Jekyll thing. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm fine, and here I am. So like, we gotta see Talbot, yeah. Because they think Talbot's the one. Because he was in jail for saying I'm a werewolf earlier. So they think he's the killer. So they go to see him, and he's given an alibi by the nurse, Melissa. She says, I was with him all night. Let me rephrase that. I watched over him. He was here all night. So they're like, okay, all right, we're fine with that. They're starting to walk off. And this is when Steinmole kicks in. Hey, he killed my brother. And you want to take him into jail? Come on, Simons, give it a rest. There he is again. Tell me I'm wrong.
Nope. That's him.
Hocus pocus, we take it to bed. Magic is fun. We're dead.
So here's where Talbot says, look, I saw you outside jumping onto Siegfried's wagon. I saw it. You want to tell me what's going on?
Why didn't you turn me into the police?
Because you're trying to help me. Basically the gist of the scene. And he breaks down and he says, Dracula has poisoned me with his blood, and I do horrible things, and you can understand, right? Yes, I can understand. I was cursed. So again, we have another scene with Steinmole starting trouble. Turns out that Siegfried, his brother, had a doctor's little medal there in his hand. And that means that it was probably Edelman.
No,
No,
Eidelman's name's on the other side. It's
okay. All right. Sorry about that.
So
I forgot that.
Yeah.
So yeah, they know it's Edelman now. Or again, it's a clue. It's a clue that pretty much points the finger at Edelman. So
Edelman
they head back.
my brother.
They just got back to town, and now they got to walk back out to Edelman's place again.
Mm-hmm.
So as they are going out, it's time for Larry to go out into the moonlight. So they send him out there in his powder blue suit. It's actually gray. And he goes out, and of course they stay by the door. They're not taking any chances.
Mm-hmm.
I think he actually tells him, stay back there.
Yeah.
I turn into a wolf at night.
You and 49
yes, Larry, we know. Yes, Larry, we know. You've told us often enough.
You've told us again and again.
And Melissa looks like,
I hope he turns again.
I think she likes the Wolfman. Nina is Nina. So he looks out into the moonlight. It's on his face, and nothing. He's cured. Look at that. Full moon coming up. So he gives Melissa a nice hug. She's like, all right. Well, you're still tall. But Nina turns around and Edelman is gone. She's like, "What? Where's the doc? He didn't want to see this? He's reviving the Frankenstein monster again. That's his hobby when he becomes evil.
Thank you, Daddy, for giving me juice.
There is an episode of Night Gallery called Junior. It's a little piece of an episode, actually. It's only like a 5-minute clip.
Yeah.
Do you know the one I'm talking about?
Yes.
Where Junior's calling for water. Give me water, water. And the parents are in bed, and she goes, "It's your turn." And the guy gets up, and it turns out he's like Dr. Frankenstein, and the monster is in a crib, and he throws water in its face. And
Thank you, Daddy.
and the monster, it's a Frankenstein monster. So anyway, cute bit. That always comes back to me when I'm watching Glenn Strange as the monster for some reason. I don't know why. So yeah, this time she doesn't knock. She just walks in. Big mistake. Because Edelman doesn't have time to kind of rethink in his mind and change back to his good self. So he's like, Nina, you're a bad girl, Nina. You're spying on me. I don't like girls who spy on me, Nina. So yeah, he strangles her. And again, we can't show the full violence in the movie, but we can show a shadow on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Good enough. And we can show them dropping the body after it's dead. But you can't show the actual action. So the Wolfman will attack, and you can see him actually grab a person, but you're never going to see him pull out a jugular vein out.
Mm.
So the villagers show up, and Larry busts into the room just in time to see the doctor drop the corpse of Nina.
Because they hear screaming. Yeah.
Now, I don't know where he got the gun. And it looks like a German Luger, which is nice. They're in Europe.
From one of the policemen.
One of the policemen gives him a gun?
No, because Frankenstein busts loose. He starts knocking the cops around. And
Oh, okay. All right. That makes sense. Oh, all right. Knocks the gun out of one of his hands. Okay. That makes sense then. He picks up the gun off the ground. All right. So there's Edelman dropping her body, and the monster is up. The monster is up and off the table. And again, he's knocking the police around, like you said. And he knocks poor Lionel Atwill. Will this guy ever get a movie where he doesn't get knocked into a Frankenstein machine and die from electrocution? Same thing happened in Ghost of Frankenstein. All right, we get it. He does it well, but you don't have to do it in 300 films now. Come on. So then we get the scene. Mr. Talbot, I killed you, but you want to shoot me. I don't like people who want to shoot me. Something like that. And he shoots him. Who wouldn't? Now, Larry knows he's doing this guy a favor by shooting him.
Mm-hmm.
Although, again, it shouldn't kill him. He's a vampire, right? He should be able to come back. But we don't see that movie. We never see that movie.
Well, he's not a full vampire, so.
So you're saying he's kind of like James Mason, Mr. Straker in Salem's Lot?
Yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
But he's got vampire blood in him.
Got the vampire blood.
Again, it's no reflection.
But see, I think the lore is that, he's got the vampire blood, but now he's got to make a kill, with the teeth and everything, but he hasn't done that. He hasn't killed anybody.
Oh.
That's how he become a full vampire.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying now. The final step has not happened yet. Maybe he was going to drink Siegfried's blood, but they fell off the wagon.
Yeah.
I don't drink blood anymore. I'm off the wagon. So Larry shoots him in the gut shot.
Mm-hmm.
It gives like a little. And again, they're using the underlighting to make him look creepier as the evil Eidelman.
And I thought it was funny, Melissa here, she didn't seem all that bothered by the fact that her guy she's been working for all this time just got shot. It's like, oh, okay, well,
That's true. She doesn't know he's evil. She's just hanging on to Larry's arm. I'm hanging on to you, big boy. This is kind of sexy. So Frankenstein, the monster, sees Edelman get shot, and he actually kind of smiles a little bit, it looks like, before he goes down. It's like, my curse is over. Thank you. Boom.
exactly, yeah.
But the monster is like, hey, this is my new friend. What the hell are you doing? All of a sudden, the monster has become, who's the comic? Oh, hell, Brian Regan. What are you doing, my friend? You've killed my friend. And this next shot is beautiful. I think. Yeah.
It's Herman.
Not happy, Lily. So he comes after him. But Cheney Jr., or I should say Larry, he's fought this monster before. He knows how to maneuver around him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he maneuvers around some chemical shelves, gets him to blow up the chemicals so that they catch fire, because fire bad. And then he moves to the door and tells all the people, get the hell out of here. I don't turn into a wolf anymore. You don't have to worry about me. Let's get outside. And he turns into a wolf man. They cut the movie off just before that scene. Anyway, didn't work. So I think that is actually Glenn Strange there. But the next one that we show of the monster through the that's Glenn Strange, I'm pretty sure. They actually show some shots from Ghost of Frankenstein with Cheney in the makeup. There we go, right? There's the two shots with Cheney in the makeup.
Yeah.
They reused footage from that movie, which also ended with a fire in the lab, which destroys the house.
Yeah.
And that's how they ended this.
Yeah, and you can kind of tell because the face is a little broader.
Yeah. He's got them chubby cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Michael Keaton in the Batman outfit. He's got them chubby cheeks. So they get the hell out of there. Feet don't fail us now. That's the catchphrase of the season, folks. And again, we get Eddie Parker actually roaming around fire and big rafter beams falling down on him, locking him down into the flames. Duh. And then we just get a random shot of white fire. There it is. And the end. Dun, 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 dun. A Universal picture. So there it is, folks. House of Dracula in color for the first time anywhere. Thank you very much. And next week, we will be doing another Universal classic, Revenge of the Creature, the second one of the Creature from Black Lagoon films. We're going to do that in color. And believe it or not, he's not green when we colorize him. He's like a crab. He's like a brown crab, kind of a brownish color. So we'll be doing that one next time. Where'd you go, Havoc? There you are.
I'm right here, sir.
Okay. So again, I wanted to I wanted to show the crowd that you do look like Dr. Edelman. You do. You cut the beard. I want to see some underlighting now. See, you had the evil Havoc. Can you do some underlighting? There we go. There's evil Havoc right there. You get a little vampire blood in you, and God knows what'll happen. So thank you for joining us for this episode. Again, we went long. We always do. Hope you enjoy this. And next time we'll do Revenge of the Creature, and then we've got some other great movies coming up. So keep watching us this 7th season. We're in season 7, and we're doing like 25 movies each season to 30 movies each season. So that's a lot of movies. So tune in next time. And until then, keep an eye out for them big monsters.
This here's Master Sergeant Havoc. Thank you for watching this episode of the Big Monster Briefing Room. Now, why don't you go ahead and give us a like and subscribe to our channel and ring that notification bell next time big old giant monster comes calling. See y'all later.